Let's bring in MSNBC political analyst, host of the Hugh Hewitt Show on the Salem Radio Network. Roughly 2 million listen every day. Hugh, let's start with what appears to again be another Trump tweet storm here. 28 days out from Election Day, and he has decided to get into a back and forth with Paul Ryan. Again, this most recent tweet up just a few moments ago. So nice that the shackles have been taken off me. I can now fight for America the way I want to. Any idea what that could mean, Hugh?
Yeah, and good morning, Craig. I was listening to Kelly. She's a very fine reporter. There are two interpretations. One, that he is going to go to war with the Republican leadership. But the other one, and I think more plausible, is that he believes that the attacks on him launched by the result of the videotape coming out have encouraged him to do what he did on the debate night, which is to bring forward Bill Clinton accusers and victims and Hillary Clinton accuser, and to just, he feels, as he said at the end of the first debate, he felt restrained, and then he no longer restrained. So we will find out. I still believe that vis-a-vis the Republican Party and Speaker Ryan, it will be more of a trial separation as opposed to an ugly divorce, because Paul is actually not going to lose much by this, but Donald Trump could go from 42, 43% to 30% if he loses hardcore Republican members. And I would also point out, I've been reading very closely the reports of dissension within the Republican caucus over Speaker Ryan's decision yesterday. It's actually overstated. One of the most prominent and vocal critics, a fellow named Dana Rohrabacher, old friend of mine from the Reagan White House. I was down the hall from Dana. He's a decade older than I am, but Dana was a speechwriter and I was a young lawyer in the Reagan White House. Well, Dana was a congressman and is a friend of mine from Orange County for many, many years. Dana almost got primaried last year, and he's afraid of a primary by a fellow by the name of Scott Boz, the former Orange County Party chairman and a former state rep, in 2018. He is going to get primaried in 2018. So what he did yesterday was a tactical move for his own advantage, looking forward to a rough Republican primary in 2018. This is all tall weed stuff that most people don't understand who don't live in the conservative movement in the Republican Party. But the opposition to Speaker Ryan is really quite minimal. And what Speaker Ryan is doing is what he's been doing from the beginning. He's a very effective and strong leader of the conservative policy positions of Jack Kemp, the Opportunity Society. Yeah. He's going to be the leader of the Republican Party for 20, 30 years. And so I think we tend to overstate in the media that this spat with Donald Trump, whatever it is, even if this latest tweet goes there, is in fact, you know, the incendiary bomb
Hugh,
that some would make it out.
Hugh, you would concede that Paul Ryan has, while he won't publicly admit it, John McCain did last night, Paul Ryan knows that the man at the top of the ticket can't win this thing, so he's cutting his losses, and he's playing long ball here. You would concede that. It sounds like you would concede that.
I won't. Paul Ryan did not concede the election. In fact, I'm fairly close to the staff. I wasn't on the call. I haven't talked to the speaker since then, I'll tell you that, but I know the staff. He explicitly did not concede, and he explicitly did not unendorse. He said he retains the option of not endorsing if other shoes falls. And, you know, the wonderful John Dickerson said he thinks that Donald Trump may have an Imelda Marcos closet full of shoes that it will fall. If that's the case, every Republican will desert him. But Paul Ryan did not unendorse, and he is not running against Donald Trump. He has great affection for and understands the plight of many people who have come to Donald Trump because of the way that Obamacare, for example, has ruined their life. Not only did you get not to keep your doctor or your plan, you didn't keep your second doctor or your second plan. He's aware of what Hillary Clinton will do to the Supreme Court. He's aware of Libya and Syria and the loss of Iraq. And I mean, he's aware of all that. He's going to keep his House majority, which is 247 to 188 right now. They are ahead in every single Republican district where an incumbent is running, according to Greg Walden a week ago. There will be some damage from this, but I think the good news about it is it happened to the Republicans early enough in the cycle that they're able to adapt and move forward.
Hugh, really quickly before I let you get back to your radio program, Mexicans being rapists or murderers, the comments about Judge Curiel, the comments about the Khan family, the Muslim ban, the wall. A lot of folks stood by Donald Trump doing all that stuff, but all of a sudden over the weekend as tape surfaces and yourself and others, for you guys, this was a tipping point. I haven't talked to you since Friday. Why was this so much more of a big deal than some of the other stuff?
It's a great question, Craig. This is what we lawyers call an admission against interest, whereas you could give the benefit of the doubt to Donald Trump on almost everything except the POW comment about John McCain, and their Senator McCain himself forgave him. You had an alternative explanation. You could put a lot down to being a first-time candidate. Even the contretemps with the Khan family could be put down to just being tenured about the loss of a brave American warrior. When you have on audio and video an admission against interest that is owned by the candidate, that's very different. I tell everyone to watch the movie All Is Lost by Robert Redford in 2013, where you try and stay afloat and you try and stay afloat and you deal with every disaster possible, and eventually the ship goes down. I just wrote that I think it's in his best interest, the interest of the country especially, the party, his family, that he withdraw, and I hope he will continue to do and think about that, because I think Mike Pence will beat Hillary Clinton. She is such a terrible candidate, and the threat she poses, in my view, to American liberty, freedom, and the appropriate role of the government in our lives is so immense.
Hugh Hewitt. Salem Radio Network, Hugh Hewitt Show. 2 million people listen to this show. Hugh, thank you for carving out some time.